Episode: St. Lucia Caribbean Tourist Excursion Preparation. Katie exclaimed with excitement she had our excursion itinerary, and that Amanda, she had purchased our tickets online. And she had them printed out for everyone, as well as having a backup of them for quick reference on her phone. Taylor reminded everyone, remember, put your critical and emergency items in the KT tote bag. Bob will be carrying it per his agreement earlier. But I suggest that we all take turns carrying it though, here and there as we go. Bob declared, Listen, there's no need for other people to carry the bag. I don't need help. I'm happy just being the bag boy. But hey, I don't want to deny anyone the pleasure and honor of being a bag boy and carrying that thing around. You know, the glorious Knights Templar KT tote bag, the honor of having it on hand, being so glorious. Sarah cautioned, Okay, let's not forget, we are being actively pursued and hunted by the Interpol, International World Police. We're being hunted by the FBI, U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation, and we're being hunted by the Devil's Cult of Bael. We need to protect the plane and all of our gear, our money, all the stuff that we have within it. Sarah continued, I appreciate that Tiny should also have a chance to go on these excursions, too. Tiny so rarely gets the opportunity to participate or enjoy in much of anything that we do, maybe anything at all. Sarah shrugged her shoulders and asked, Well, with Tiny not guarding the plane, who's gonna volunteer and stay behind and guard the plane in lieu of Tiny? No one seemed motivated to volunteer to not vacation and go on tourist excursions. And so, well, I volunteered myself and I offered, Look, no one wants to stay behind. I get it. So I will. You, everyone, Tiny included, you can all just go off and enjoy the time that we have here. And besides, I like to pontificate and just think. It makes sense to me. I'll stay behind. Well, Sarah volunteered herself instead to stay behind and guard the plane, and further to protect all of our gear and stuff, and of course, to guard the celestial flaming dagger of choice and destiny. Sarah indicated that she would be available if signaled to come as backup if we needed her. She'd always be there, a comms watch call away, just a call. And, of course, a whole lot of travel time while we waited for her to eventually arrive to our aid. Well, Sarah insisted. Really, I would much prefer to stay behind while everybody else goes on their excursions. Sarah insisted, Look, no offense to you, Rick, but I am a far more capable combatant than you are. And I don't like going on excursions very much anyway. So just let me stay behind. It would make me happier. And it ensures that you're with the team where you belong as our leader. Sarah, almost sad looking and seemingly out of nowhere, said, Please, just accept me for who I am. I am unique. I am different. I don't like things that most people like. I will never be normal. Sarah sighed and said, I really don't want to go on these excursions, and I can be of real value and benefit here. I can use the alone time for myself anyway. Please, just go without me. Please, Sarah concluded imploringly. Well, I had to agree with Sarah. Her arguments were sound, even if a bit hurtful about my combat inadequacies. Of course, her plea for being different and having her alone time, her own space, softened the blow a bit to my ego. Just a bit. Well, with everyone in agreement, we continued our planning. Sarah looked firmly, albeit with a smile, at each of us, making explicit, with almost intimate eye contact with each of us. And then she voluntold us the following. Everyone, no exceptions, needs to bring and wear their KT Knights Templar communications comms watches and never take them off. They are waterproof to over 200 meters underwater. They're good for 5 miles at talking range, and they'll link up with any other ones you've paired them with, including your cell phones and sat phones as well, provided you've had them and paired them. Katie snarked at Sarah. Never leave home without it. Katie then turned to face Taylor, and she coyly, using her learned military speak, said, Yes, sir. Hoo-ah! I hear you, I understand you, and I acknowledge you. Yes, sir, she said again, punctuating her agreement. Sarah further voluntold me. Rick, you should leave the dagger here with me. Sarah paused as if she was deep down disapproving of our time off and of our going on our touristy excursions. Sarah sighed and she continued, The dagger won't be safe sitting in a bag. Sarah seemed to insinuate that we would be foolish, if not stupid, to take time off and go on excursions, especially if we took the dagger. She then said again with greater drama, Yeah, like I said, the dagger will not be safe just sitting in a bag while you frolic and play in the water or whatever excursions you are doing at the time. That you deliberately are being not aware, ignorant of your surroundings, deliberately being oblivious to our reality and to the very things that endanger our lives. Sarah concluded with Valen telling us further to get going on our excursions. Well, don't waste any more time here. Get on to your fun and enjoy your excursions. I'll stay here and be airplane security. Katie declared, Great, Sarah, we have a plan. Let's go!